All right, so I have to say, I'm thoroughly impressed with Stranger Things season two. Now, really, I knew it would be good. Like, I'm not surprised that it was as good as it was. The directors, the Duffer Brothers, I believe they're called, amazing job. Really, they are talented people. I've never heard of them before Stranger Things, quite honestly, but they did a fantastic job. You know what I like to call Stranger Things mostly is just like goosebumps for teenagers. That's kind of what it is. You see, I'm a nerd and I watched every single Goosebumps episode on Netflix not too long ago, and I can tell these Duffer Brothers, I bet they were big fans of Goosebumps as kids because I know they're my age, probably in 30s or 40s. And if you're from that time, then you read Goosebumps. Goosebumps was a very popular series by R.L. Stein. R.L. Stein was sort of like a, what would you call, a Stephen King for kids. Very talented. So I think these guys are inspired by him. I could be wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. So, anyways, season two, it was just, it was pretty much everything I expected it would be. Them going into that outer realm thing and saving the day. I actually thought that might happen, so I'm not surprised by that at all. Eleven, whoever plays Eleven is a fantastic actress. Really, I believe she deserves an Emmy for that act. Didn't she actually win some kind of award? I believe she did. And she deserved it, well deserved. Whoever that actress is, truly amazing. I love all the other, and forgive me guys, I don't remember all their names because I'm not best with that. But all the other actors and actresses really did a good job too. What else happened in season two? Oh, what I really liked too was Eleven's friends, those misfit friends of hers who were also victims of that one, creepy hospital that I call it, where they do experiments on kids. It's kind of like X-Men if you think about it. You can tell this series was inspired by X-Men without a doubt. And I think that's cool because X-Men, I don't know, it never really like detailed much of the private lives of the X-Men children, and I think that that's cool that they sort of dabbled in their private lives. I think that's really what makes Stranger Things good is it's more personal than other, superhero movies or what have you. That's one reason why I think Spider-Man is so popular. It's because he's a character that's more relatable to kids. He has the same personal issues as teenagers and things like that. I personally was never a huge Spider-Man fan, but yeah, I can tell that, definitely inspired by that too. But anyways, so one thing I hated about this season is that Encino Man dude died. If you guys are from the 90s, you know what I'm talking about. The guy who played in the movie Encino Man, starring Brendan Fraser, about this caveman who was thawed out in ice and had to learn to survive in modern day California, going to school and things like that. It was a great movie. But Sean Astin played the friend, the guy who thawed him out, and sucks that he died. I really wish that didn't happen because I wanted to see Sean Astin in season three. I believe that he deserved to be in season three. Quite honestly, I guess I am sort of bickering, but that was disappointing to see. So yeah, I wish that wouldn't have happened. But I mean, really, that's just kind of a minor complaint. What else is there really to say? I don't know. The little, it's kind of, honestly, it was sad to see those little monster things die. I thought they were kind of cute. The one that the one kid had a pet of. That was kind of sad. I wish they didn't do that. But, then again, it looked like it was going to eat everybody in sight. So it's probably better they did kill it. But I thought that was a very interesting, unusual little specimen they created there. It looked like something from a game called Half-Life. If you're familiar with Half-Life, it was very popular in the late 90s to mid 2000s, about a scientist who had to survive in this post-apocalyptic world full of like weird scientific creations of basically. I mean, it was more or less a zombie game, I guess, but with other weird, strange things in it. But anyways, I also like the punk rock guy with the mohawk. I thought that was cool. This series takes place in the 70s and early 80s. Season 2 is like in the early 80s, and so the punk rock dude was really cool to watch. Enjoyed seeing that because I grew up with punk rock music, so I enjoyed that character. I know I already detailed on the Friends of Eleven, but I had to mention that. Anyways, though, I also grew up playing Magic the Gathering and stuff like that, and so I know in this season they don't do their D&D; they moved to video games. But I also grew up with video games, so it was cool to see all those old school video games and stuff like that. Just very interesting, I guess, to see life in the 80s. I was born in 86, but I mean, I was just a baby in the 80s. I was just, well, I mean, I guess I was like a toddler, but I still don't remember much at all, really, except going to Mother's Day Out, which was like a preschool thing, and being very socially awkward there. I did not enjoy that, but so there's my one memory of the 80s. Not fun. That was not a fun time for me, but anyways, guys, I'm sorry this isn't like the most thorough, detailed description of season 2. But, this is just me having fun, giving a fun little review here, so I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure I probably left a few things out that are worth noting, but I guess that's pretty much it. Also, I really enjoyed that one cop and how he took care of Eleven. I thought that was pretty cool how he did that. I was thinking that Eleven might get kidnapped again by the weird agency or whatever. I'm sorry, I don't know the specific names of them, but so that's one thing that kind of threw me for a loop. But I mean, it does make sense that he did that so she wouldn't get caught. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, and I enjoyed his acting a lot. The guy's a really good actor, whoever that is. He reminds me of somebody. I don't know exactly who, but yeah, that was pretty cool though. And the drama that they had between each other of like father and daughter kind of relationship was interesting. Again, this movie I called it a movie, but this show is very personal, and I think that's what makes it so great. And also, I think people love it because of nostalgia. It seems like these days a lot of shows take place in the past, like the Goldbergs, Fresh from the Boat, F is for Family. There's a lot of shows these days that seem to take place in the past. I think people have become very nostalgic. So if you ever want to be, a future creator of something, there'd probably be a good idea. It seems to be a popular thing is to make it in the past. But if you guys want my thoughts on what season 3 will be like, honestly, I have no idea. I haven't really thought about it. But I mean, if I had to guess, they're probably I don't really know actually, but something is probably going to happen to Eleven because she seems to be the big star of the show, So I'm assuming that maybe she's going to get caught and they'll have to go rescue her again. But then again, that might be just too generic for them to do, because they probably figure that's what most people are thinking. And I can tell the Duffer Brothers, they like to they don't just like to do the normal, standard plots. So it could be something completely spontaneous and different. In fact, I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen. So it should be really interesting. Anyways, guys, cheers. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to season 3. I watched a little bit of Beyond Stranger Things. Really enjoyed watching that. All the actors and actresses. It's streaming on Netflix if you want to watch it. I definitely recommend it. They tell some pretty interesting stories, like about the snowball scene at the end of season 2 where they're at that school dance, and how one of the boys, the one who was missing the teeth in season 1, he got to kiss a girl 7 times because they had to retake a scene 7 different times. So lucky little boy he was. I'm sure he enjoyed that. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Peace.